Hello friends. So I haven't really read much the last couple days, so I haven't started this vlog until today, which is now Friday, September 2nd. So yes, I have been doing a tiny bit of reading. I finished one thing since we last chatted. So let's quickly talk about that. I finished my reread of The Alloy of Law by Brandon Sanderson. I'm really enjoying my reread of the Mistborn series. There are lots of little details I had forgotten, so it's really fun to come back and get those again. But I'm going to talk to you guys quickly about kind of my reading plans for the weekend. Though it's Labor Day weekend, I am working the majority of the weekend. I only have tomorrow off. So I will be working Sunday and Monday, the joys of retail. So let's quickly talk about it. So I've got 2 ebooks going, as well as an audiobook, and then I have my next buddy read with Lindsay picked out. So let's quickly talk about those. First up, I have started the Crescent spell by, I believe it's Zoe Abrams. This is the Howl's Moving Castle inspired romance. I'm really enjoying that so far. I'm not too far in yet. I'm only like a handful of chapters into this one, but I'm really enjoying what I've read of it thus far, and I find it to be a very intriguing premise. So I don't want to say too much because I think it's almost more fun to like kind of go in and experience it for yourself, but just know that I'm thoroughly enjoying it. The other thing that happened is yesterday, Their Vicious Darling dropped. So of course I'm reading that. I'm a good chunk into that. I started that last night. That's what's actually on my Kindle. The Zoe Abrams I'm currently reading on my phone. So yes, Their Vicious Darling is fantastic so far. Again, I'm not too far in. I'm like 15% into this one. So this one is my top priority. The Crescent spell is second. And then my audiobook will just happen. And my current audiobook is Don't Hex and Drive by Juliet Cross. This is the second book in the Stay a Spell series. I loved the first one, and I consumed these via audio because the audiobook narrations are fantastic. And I'm really enjoying the dynamic of this one so far. So that's going to be really fun as I'm commuting back and forth to work and running errands. Like, that's just going to be my fun read for now, and it's going to be great. So yes, those are kind of all the things I'm in the middle of at the moment. Lindsay and I will be starting Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation Volume 3 tomorrow. Really, really excited. I mean, the back of this cover looks absolutely fantastic, and I'm just very, very excited. I love both of these characters oh so very much. So it'll be really fun to be back in their world and spending some time with them. So yes, that's all I've got going on for the moment. Hubby's not feeling very well. He got my cold from last week, so he's going to be working from home. I'm going to be heading into work here shortly. I've got to get my vlog up to you guys first, so that is something that I'll be doing before I head to work. It's 65% uploaded at the moment, but once that is up and going, I will head out to work. I'm scheduled till 5, but this week has been funky, so with the holiday, we don't know how it's going to be today, so I might come home early. I have no idea. I'm assuming I'm not going to, but there is that opportunity, or there's that small chance that might happen. It'll depend on how busy our store is today. So yeah, that's kind of my plan for the immediate future. Once I've read some more of any of the things that I'm reading, I will let you know. Of course, I'll sprinkle some manga throughout, but I don't have anything on top of my priority list for manga right now. I'm just really excited to focus on some books for a minute. Last month was a lot manga-wise, so it'll be nice to get some books done. Good morning, friends. So it's been a week since I last chatted with you. So I'm going to combine this vlog into a 2-week vlog. So I'm sorry in advance that it's going to be a while before you get my thoughts on things. But full disclosure, I've not been reading that much. It was a very overwhelming work week for me. That's all kind of closed up for now. I've got 2 days off. Should get lots of recharge going. and I'm very excited about that. So let's talk about the few things that I did read this week. So I did read one volume of manga. I've got it downstairs, and I'm not going to do the stairs right now. I'm too lazy. So first up, we have Queen's Quality Volume 15. This volume is absolutely fantastic, and it helps me understand bits and pieces of the series a little bit more. There are some things that really fully clicked into place for me in this volume, and I really loved what it did. The drama and angst of this series is amazing. I absolutely love and adore it. If you're not reading Queen's Quality, I highly recommend that you do, because it is so, so good. I have finished an audiobook this week as well, which was Don't Hex and Drive by Juliet Cross. I adored this. Isadora and Devraj are like so adorable. And the reasons that like they weren't together were actually realistic. Devraj is a Stygorn, and Stygorn by nature travel around because they're meant to help like catch the bad vampires. So they're kind of like officers of the law, you could say. And so he's traveled all over the world. He used to be a Bollywood star, and she's just a very simple woman who loves to garden and just loves to, like, the highlight of her week is going to the animal shelter and sharing a little bit of her conduit magic with the animals to extend their lives and make sure that they're healthy so that they can get their forever homes. Like, they are adorable. He is so gone for her, like so gone for her. It's so good. And like, they both resist it as long as they can. And then they finally get to a point where they start to give in to their feelings a little bit, but they're still both, she especially is very hesitant, but he's like, nope, I'm going to make her mine. And I loved this. This was so good. There is an element of a blood trafficking ring in this one. So if that's not something you would enjoy, just know that that is present. And yeah, it was very, very good. I really enjoyed it. Last thing, I buddy read Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation Volume 3 with Lindsay this week. And I just finished it last night. Oh, it's so good. I love them so much. They're so... This one we delved a lot more into the past than some previous volumes. And I really enjoy this. MXTX, they really are very thorough with their world. So you always get backstory on your characters. And this was no exception. I really loved what was happening here. And I am just here for it. Like, I love them. I love them so much. So 10 out of 10 would recommend. Please, please, please read the MXTX world if you haven't been. And I'm very excited for anything that we get. Okay, so goals for today. I'm going to work on some content because y'all haven't seen any in a bit. And then reading-wise, I have 2 books that I'm in the middle of that I'm loving. And I do want to kind of focus on finishing over the next couple of days while I'm off. And that is Their Vicious Darling, which I'm part of a live show on Saturday for. So I definitely want to get that finished up first. And then I would love to finish up the Crescent spell, which is the Howl's Moving Castle inspired romance. Like I said, I've just had no energy and bandwidth to read this week because it's been a lot at work. And so I'm very excited to dive back into these now that I've got a break from work and I have the energy. So I'm very, very excited. I do have a handful of manga volumes I'd also like to get to. The first one is Prince Freya Volume 7. I love this series so very much. And this cover just speaks to me so very much. The colors, the art, it's just absolutely stunning. And I'm very excited. Like, we're definitely in a love triangle situation here, but I'm thriving on the love triangle. So just know that. Next, I have Bean Counter number 2 that I still haven't read yet. And you guys know I filmed how excited I was that I had this and I wanted to read it like right that second. That tells you how low my bandwidth has been. So yes, Bean Counter will happen, as well as Something's Wrong with Us 10. Another one that I've been like, oh my gosh, I need this now. And I just haven't had the bandwidth to read it. So those are the only 3 I'm going to commit to right away. And those 2 books. So those are going to be my reading plans for today and tomorrow. But right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on planning out some content, getting ready for the day, that kind of stuff. That's going to be my immediate focus. I need to check in with Lindsay to see what our next buddy read's going to be, because that will also get added to this list, I'm sure. So that would be the only other thing I'm adding right now. Well, technically I have my audiobook, which I'm just going to keep going with Stay a Spell. So it's Witches Get Stitches. So it's Violet's book, and I'm very excited about that. I'm very much feeling the witchy vibe of that right now, so I'm just going to write it while I can. And yes, very much enjoying that, very much looking forward to continuing. So that's going to be my audiobook. I shouldn't have to do too much driving in the next couple days, so I probably won't make too much progress on that, but I'm going to focus on my other reading. So I'm very, very excited about that. So yes, anyways, I've rambled enough. I will chat with you guys soon. Hello. So I'm back. I've been doing quite a bit of filming today, so that's why I'm kind of done up for the day. It's been a minute since I've taken good care of myself like this. So one thing I did do today is I did end up finishing The Crescent Spell by Zoe Abrams. Now, the cliffhanger at the end of this book sucks rocks. Like, I'm so upset right now. But I do love the dynamic of all of the characters. So essentially, we have Briar. Briar is a very special and unique person. And we find out that there are 3 witches/warlocks drawn to her. One is named Avon, one is named Calvin, and one is named Ian. They are all drawn to her for different reasons. And because they are drawn to her, they're trying to fully understand what that means. That's kind of the journey of this first book, especially. There are some notes and hints towards Howl's Moving Castle, and you can tell it was inspired by Howl's Moving Castle, but the story is very much its own and very different. So I would say it's inspired by, not a retelling, because there are certain really important beats of Howl's Moving Castle that weren't in this book. But you can tell it was greatly inspired by it. There's definitely nods to certain characters, certain scenes within Howl's Moving Castle. So you can tell that this was written by a die-hard fan of Howl's Moving Castle. Considering that is one of my favorite Ghibli films, I am also very much aware of the connections and ties to it. And so I do like where it's headed. The next book's not coming out until it looks like December of this year. So thankfully I don't have to wait too crazy long for the next one. But if you don't like a cliffhanger, you're gonna need to wait, because that cliffhanger, oh my goodness. But I do have to thank Izzy for recommending this one, because man, it is choice. This is a why choose romance. So she has multiple scenes with multiple of the men. I'm not going to tell you who, because I feel like that would spoil things. But it is why choose. So if you love that kind of a dynamic, you're welcome to enjoy it for that reason. So with that said, that's going to be the end of this clip. I do have a bridal shower to go to tonight. And then Izzy's going to be doing some sprints for her members that I'm going to be joining in on. I will most likely be reading their Vicious Darling during that reading sprint. I might pick up some manga. I haven't decided yet. But I do really want to make some progress in their Vicious Darling today. So yes, I do have one more video that I want to film, so I'm going to go do that. And then I'm going to head to that shower. So yes, I will check in with you guys later. Hello. So it is late Saturday afternoon, early evening. So let's talk to you a little bit about what I've gotten read so far today, which isn't too terribly much. I got a little too comfortable after eating lunch downstairs and ended up watching like hours of One Piece with my husband. It's a mood for me right now. We're just going to go with it. But I did do some reading this morning. So first up, I read Ladies on Top Volume 1. I will have a dedicated review about this one going up, but I'll tell you right now, this is my favorite Steamships title so far. We're essentially following a couple. They've been dating for a month. They start to explore their sexual relationships, and they're realizing that they don't necessarily fall into the typical stereotypes of what people expect in a sexual relationship between a man and a woman, and how they plan to explore that. So I really loved this first volume, definitely looking forward to more. And yes, really loved this. I also loved the art a whole lot. Again, I'm hoping to get the review up before this vlog, so I will leave that linked in the corner for you. The other thing I read this morning, I just had a smutty Saturday morning, and I read volumes 5 and 6 of Yakuza Lover. In this one, we have someone directly confronting our heroine about dating someone in the Yakuza. He's a cop, and he's like, break up with him, be with me. I wanted to be with you for a long time. It's a childhood friend kind of situation. And the way all of that goes down is really interesting. We're starting to get a little more plot as we go along. Still plenty of banging to go around, of course. But each of the person in our couple, we had a confrontation for our female character and a confrontation for our male character with someone who has also been in love with him for a long time, and about how she realizes that she will never be who he wants because he wants our heroine, of course. And we figure out Oya's real age. He is 35, so there is a decent age gap between the two of them, but she is in her 20s. I will specify that, so it's not insane, but it's big. So if you're not okay with a bigger age gap, just be cautious with this one once you find that out. But I'm still really enjoying the dynamic between these two. I really like how things are escalating. I'm not sure how many more volumes we've got in this one, but I'm really enjoying it thus far. I know we've got at least a few more. I think it's up to 9 or 10 in Japan, and I don't think it's complete yet. But these will probably start slowing down in how often they come out. But either way, still peak enjoyment. Within the hour, I will be starting the Their Vicious Darling live show. I will leave that linked in the corner for you guys as well, so you can check that out. But until then, I think I'm going to work on A Venom Dark and Sweet a little bit before the live show starts. I haven't gotten into any of this today because I got distracted with One Piece, and I was hoping to get at least 100 pages in today. So that was kind of my big goal. So I want to get to like chapter 13, 14-ish in there. So anyways, I will probably work on this most of the rest of the evening. I might not get to any of my Happy Marriage today. We'll see. We'll see how the evening plays out, essentially. But this I definitely want to do today. So this will be my priority until the live show. Hello, friends. So it's now Monday. I did get quite a bit of reading done yesterday, so we're going to briefly talk about that. I'm not sure where I said it. I think it's in the other room. But I did read the first 100 pages of A Venom Dark and Sweet, which is the sequel to a Magic Steeped in Poison. So I'll just put a picture of it here. I'm really enjoying the direction of this. It feels like we've cracked open this bigger political coup, as you can say. Those of you who have read the first book know what I'm talking about, but because this is a sequel, I'm not going to say too much, other than I'm thoroughly enjoying this so far. My battery's about to die. I got to swap it. Be back. Okay, back. Fresh battery, we won't have to worry about that. But yes, A Venom Dark and Sweet is amazing so far. Really enjoying that. So my plan was only to read 50 pages of this yesterday, but I read all of it. And that is My Happy Marriage Volume 1. This is absolutely fantastic. There are elements of the relationship between Mio and Kyoka. I always say his name a little bit wrong. That remind me of my own relationship. That today we're celebrating 8 years married, actually. He's at work, and then we'll celebrate tonight. But he's very grumpy and surly and blunt. And so, of course, high society women never got along with him. He never kept a bridal candidate more than a couple days until Mio, who was basically treated like a servant all growing up. You know, a little bit Cinderella-esque, really bad stepmom, really bad stepsister. Her dad just turned the other way because the stepmom was his lover that he had before her mom. And he married her mom for, like, specific reasons and some things like that. So, anyhow, it's very, very interesting. The magic system is very easy to understand in this series. But I don't want to say too much about it because that will give away parts of what's going on later. So again, trying to avoid spoilers, but Mio, essentially she's got a childhood best friend who's male. He shows up trying to take her away. He wants to have her for himself because he's in love with her. He's been in love with her forever. And he just wants to see her happy and take care of her because he knows she's been abused. But what happens is she ends up sent to Kyoka and he's stuck with the bratty stepsister instead. So the dynamic is very interesting. I think the dad knows more than he's letting on about Mio and the family that she comes from, like her mom's family. But that leads to some really interesting reveals throughout. I really love this. This is getting a manga adaptation, which should be out by the time you're seeing this vlog. I'm probably going to double dip, honestly, because I love the story, but everything I've seen of the art of this one is equally stunning. And so I think I'm going to double dip for the first time, where I'm loving and reading the light novel, but also going to enjoy the manga. I'm going to like try going to the bookstore and reading it first. And if I love it just as much, then I'm going to double dip. But I am thoroughly enjoying this. I think I have volume 2 around here somewhere. If not, I'm probably going to pick it up very, very soon because I'm obsessed. After that, I decided to jump into something else I also love that wasn't originally on my list for this weekend, and that is Something's Wrong with Us 10, because I just hadn't gotten to it yet. Izzy had some time, and she was going to read it, so we kind of read it in tandem, and we were like freaking out to each other as we finished. It was so good, so banana pants, so bonkers. This is finished at 16 volumes, so we only have 5 more. And I feel like we cracked open so many more things with this particular volume that it's going to be really interesting to see how the next one goes. So yes, I'm obsessed. Y'all know I'm obsessed. I talk about this one all the time as I'm reading it. I may do a complete reading vlog once it's done so I can see what's been hinted at and dropped throughout the series, because as things begin to reveal, like, you see other pieces. And so, like, I would really love, once this one's all done, to go back and maybe do a reading vlog reading all of it. So yes, that's kind of where I'm at with this one. Very, very excited. And that's what I got read yesterday. It was pretty chill. Spent most of the day with Steve. We watched some One Piece. He's at work today, obviously. So I'm going to get some cleaning done, some audiobooking done. I'm hoping to finish Witches Get Stitches while I'm cleaning today. And I would love, I think I've got them right here. Yes. I was going to start this one last night, but like I got a couple of pages in and Steve wanted to do something. And so I haven't really started this one yet. And then I'd love to get these 2 read as well as finish Witches Get Stitches at the very least. Considering how much cleaning I have to do, I will probably start another audiobook. Not 100% sure what's that's going to be. I might just continue with the Stay a Spell series. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, I'm not feeling my best, so I'm not going to push myself too hard today. It's like 10:30 now, and so almost 11 actually. So I've thrown up a couple of times. It's not been a great day, but considering some digestive stuff that I had going on, I think it's just related to that. So it's made me very weak. So we'll see what I get done. But yes, finishing Witches Get Stitches will happen. So whatever I get finished, I'll come and I'll wrap up just before Steve's about to get home, because that's where I'm going to call this vlog. So thank you guys so much for watching. It means the world to me that y'all even care. about my reading and all those kinds of things. So yes, with that said, also happy Namjoon Day. I love him so much. He's wonderful, and his art, his soul just speaks to me. And yes, so happy Namjoon Day. In America, his Namjoon Day was yesterday in Korea. But anyhow, that's neither here nor there. Only my BTS people are going to care about that. But anyhow, I'm going to go get some cleaning done and hopefully not throw up again. Hey friends, so I'm going to close out this vlog with kind of a longer clip here. I've got a couple of packages with some really fun stuff that you guys will be interested in, and then I've got a few things to talk to you about. So quickly, I did finish Witches Get Stitches by Juliet Cross. Really super loved it. I am a big fan of Nico and Violet. I really love their dynamic. It was a whole lot of fun. I did also mostly finish Walking in a Witchy Wonderland. I'll give you my full thoughts at the end of that one. I've currently enjoyed the 2 stories that I've read so far in it, and I'm really enjoying the 3rd. So I believe there's 4 total in that one. I've got about an hour left in the audiobook. So you'll see that my thoughts on that one in the next vlog. I'm still working on my buddy reads, which is currently 4 aunties and a wedding that I'm doing with Lindsay over at Lindsay Tut, and then A Venom Dark and Sweet with Christy over at A Nerdy Book Life. I'm not enjoying the aunties book as much as book 1, and then I'm still enjoying A Venom Dark and Sweet. So yes, I have 2 volumes of manga I've also read. I'm like blasting a bunch of info at you, and I'm very, very sorry. So first up, The Dragon Knights Beloved. Loved and adored everything about this. I really love the progress of the couple in volume 3. There were just a couple of things that were really influential happening in this one, and I really love the dynamic between these two, as well as getting to know our little blue king dragon, and I think they're going to play a bigger part as this goes in. We're probably not going to get these volumes too often because we're creeping up on what's out in Japan. There's only 5 out in Japan, and this is the 3rd one, so there's that. Next on the list is Prince Freya Volume 7. I loved and adored this volume. Everything about it made me so happy. I really just enjoyed my time with these characters, and Freya has progressed so much as a character from the first volume. It's very much like Yona, where Yona's hard to love in the first volume or 2, but the further into Yona you get, the more you love her. That's how I feel about Freya as well. So just know that going in. And Alec is prime choice. I hope she picks Alec, but at the same time, she has 3 wonderful options in a partner, and I like them all for different reasons. It can go wide choose, and she can be with all of them, and I'd be very content with that. But again, that's asking a lot of Japan. So that is all of my current reads. Let's go ahead and open these fun packages. The first one here, it looks like it's from Marg at Marg Reads Manga, and she has the cutest little sticker here. It says, if it'll focus there, please. The manga was better, which feeds my soul in so many ways. And it looks like she sent a bunch of things. Warning, opening this package will cause extreme happiness. So it looks like I've got some stickers and some other goodies. So it looks like Marg sent me one of her bookmarks. She gave me one of the manga was better stickers. She also gave me a shoujo trash can sticker, which I am a shoujo trash can, as y'all know. And another of the manga was better stickers that might come through a little better. There's a little note here that says, Shay, since you're one of the first that I heard the term shoujo trash can, I felt like you should most have one of these pins. I hope that this brightens your day whenever you look at it. Oh my gosh, she made me a shoujo trash can. I love this. I'm kind of speechless because I love this so much, because this is so me on so many levels. I'm gonna link her little shop for the love of shoujo that she does with Laura over at Laura Reads Manga. Or is it Laura Meets Manga? I don't remember her handle anymore. But I will leave their little shop linked down below so that you guys can order these, because anyone reading shoujo deserves to have this amazing pink sparkly shoujo trash can. Because I love it. I am shoujo trash and love my life for being shoujo trash. I've got another package here. This one is one I bought myself, but those of you who have been watching my vlogs will know the significance of this package. If I can get it to actually open. They taped it so much. There we go. So many packing peanuts, and I have cats. Oh, money left over. Lovely. So yes, those of you who have been watching my vlogs, and especially watched my travel vlog where I went on a trip with Maeve, you'll know that I was lucky to find these two omnibuses of Skip Beat, which are actually the next two that I need to read. So I found 7, 8, and 9, and 10, 11, and 12 for excellent prices online. I got them for... I didn't quite get them for list, just a little over, and I'm really pleased with the condition that these are in. You can tell these were well taken care of. They were shipped in their storage bags, and they're in great shape. Nothing on the spines, no dings on the corners. Like, I'm very pleased with the condition of these. So yes, we'll have to give an amazing review to that seller on eBay, because I got very, very lucky for one. And for two, they're in fantastic condition. And then this other one is from the lovely Izzy from Happy For Now. If I can get this open. Apparently she was supposed to send this around my birthday with the other one, but she kept forgetting. I believe I was wearing the same shirt when I opened that one too. Funny how that works out. Just let me get at what's in here. Izzy, you taped it too good for me. I just need to find my cute little box cutter that I have. Yay! And it is the Kinokuniya Wotakoi with all of the extras in the bag, which makes my heart super happy. This bag did not want to open very well for me though. So I got the little extra postcard, which I will definitely keep. I'll find a really cute place to put that. And then here is the adorable Kinokuniya volume where they're kids, and I really love this one too. It's really, really fun because you do get to see glimpses of them as kids throughout the volumes. And yes, I just really enjoyed my time with this series, and I don't think this one was color in any of the other editions at the very end here, but I love that it is, and yes. So, big fan, very much love. Thank you again, Izzy, for tracking this down and being a wonderful human being in general. So, those are my goodies from my mail today, and that's going to close out this vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching this vlog. If you're here just because you love me, leave me some sort of trash related emoji, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Was it all just a dream, just all in my